Hi, my name is Gavin Faulkner, and this is my senior speech. I want to start with a quote from one of my favorite authors, Rick Bass. In it, he refers to the Yak Valley, an isolated and wild valley in northwestern Montana along the Canadian border, which he moved to in 1987. As a writer, he drew inspiration from the stories of the mountains, such as that of a goshawk hunting a sparrow, and he was driven to environmental activism by the encroaching footprint of humanity, exemplified in the Yak by the scars of cleared timber left over after clear-cut logging swept through. This quote is from a series of essays called Why I Came West. Here it is. In such gardens and from such gardens, might we and our ponderous hearts be better suited in that solace and brief rest to reconsider and address with greater resolve and with greater strength and creativity some of the more vexing problems of the world, such as where we get our energy, and perhaps interconnectedly, or perhaps not, how we treat our neighbors. Not just our neighbors across the sea, but our neighbors down the road. Earth Day is set aside to remember the importance of planet Earth. We do, after all, live on it. Besides providing us with the means to be alive, within its chaotic wildness, for those of us like Rick Bass, exists the opportunity to live. My own Yak Valley is currently nestled at the base of the Absaroka mountain range in northwestern Wyoming, providing a backdrop for an experience of the world that is truly my own. Solace is in the lone breeze as I trek along a ridgeline. It's the trampling of hooves herding horses, and it's the jagged peak standing proudly alone among mountains. This is my garden. I was given the opportunity to live, and I seized it. And as long as there exists a garden of my own, I will continue to live. To exist merely as an extension of something else, of a phone perhaps, or likes on Facebook, or of another person entirely, is a failure of life. It's ironic in this day of endless connection how truly disconnected we are. We lose in our rush to connect online and to please by being someone we are not one important connection, and that is the connection to ourselves. This is not to say that any journey towards self-discovery is easy. It is, after all, not just a hike with one peak in mind, but a trek during which it is not the end that matters, and the goal is simply that you find meaning and contentment through every peak and valley you walk. Each and every one of us is complicated and nuanced, and we may need guidance and support along the way, from friends, from family, and from mentors. There is no strength in refusing to accept guidance. We are strong when we can recognize and accept direction. I know I have teachers, both here and elsewhere, friends and family of my own, to thank for their role in guiding and shaping me. It's important to remember that we are all human, and that in order to be ourselves, we do need one another. Because you can have a community that lacks individuals, but you can't have it the other way. You can't have the self without a community. I will not pretend to know where you may find your garden, and if I tried, it would not truly be your garden. I will tell you that we all need one. Your garden is a place in which you can simply be. It's a place where you have the freedom to make choices that are your own. In it exists an endless realm of discovery and wonder. A garden can be simply a box of flowers on a windowsill. It can be a well-ordered array of vegetables on a wide-open field, or as mine is, it can be wild and chaotic. It does need one thing, though, and that's the earth. For all the nurturing and care we may give it, without the earth, there is nothing. I'd like to extend our vexing problems beyond even how we treat our neighbors to how we treat ourselves. The first step in solving our many complex global problems, such as where we get our energy, is to form a connection to ourselves through an understanding of who we are in our gardens. Thank you. Seniors.